Problem number 3, finding a distance. So we're going to basically doing problem 1 or problem 2, right? Just finding one of these. You can identify which problem it is based on if you're given the hypotenuse. So here, hypotenuse always across from the right angle. So that means we're given the hypotenuse. That means we're trying to find a leg. So basically, it's problem 2. But problem 3 is finding the distance. It's basically an application problem. So we have this teeter-totter here. We know the distance of one of the legs of the teeter-totter or the base of the teeter-totter, which is our hypotenuse. And we know from the middle, the distance from the middle to the corner here as 26. Okay, and we're trying to find out what the height of this is. So really it's the same thing as the ones we've done before. Okay, and we're finding to the nearest inch. So that means we can use a calculator, and we want to, if we're on our Casios, we want to press the SD button above the delete if we get simplest radical form. Okay, so we're just trying to find the same thing. X is a leg, right? So that means we're going to do x squared. And 26 is the other leg. So 26 squared equals our hypotenuse, right? It's always across from the right angle. So that's 36 squared. So I'm going to square 26. Or, I mean, you could wait if you want to. You could square these now if you want to and get the answer. Or you can just go ahead and subtract 26 squared over on both sides. So you can't subtract those because I'm not subtracting 36 minus 26 and get 10 squared. So my answer is not going to be 100, and then square root would be 10. So it's not going to be 10. But I could write it like this: 36 squared minus 26 squared. And then you could go ahead and do that on the calculator. Type 36 squared minus 26 squared and then hit enter. Okay. Or we could keep on going and wait to enter it all in at once, right? So how do we get rid of squared? Well, we square root. So we're going to square root both sides. So then I could enter this into my calculator. Square root, hit 36, square it, subtract, and then hit 26 squared. What you got to be careful of here is make sure your calculators will do it correctly. But you don't need to necessarily put parentheses in here. But if you do put parentheses around the 26, that's fine, because your calculator is going to square first, and then it will subtract. Okay, so your calculator does it correctly. So if I type that in my calculator, and I can do it all as once: square root 36 squared minus 26 squared. Your calculator is going to do it correctly, so it gives me an answer of 2 root 155. Okay, and I don't want that because I want it to the nearest inch. Well, I can press my SD button. That switches it to decimals. And I get 24.8997 and a 9 after that. So really this would be an 8 if I rounded it there, right? Because the next number is 9, so I'd round that 7 to an 8. But it asks for the nearest inch, right? So nearest inch is right here. So because this is more than 5, it's going to be 25. So 25 inches. That's how much this distance is right here, is 25 inches. All right. So here's your problem. The size of a computer monitor, so draw a computer monitor, is length of its diagonal. So the length of the diagonal tells what's the size, right? TV screens, they're measured diagonally. So if you're buying a 27-inch TV, it's the distance diagonally. All right. If you want to buy a 19-inch monitor, so that'd be this hypotenuse, because this is a right angle, would be 19. And your height is 11, can you find the width x? So basically you have this triangle, 11, x, and 19. Okay, solve for x there. All right, so that is it for finding a distance. Okay, so that's how you find a distance. It's same as problem 1 or problem 2, based if you have the diagonal or not. Okay.